Good morning, skiers and snowboarders. This is Mike Doble on January the 4th around 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. A beautiful snowy morning, as you can see here, as we're looking at the base of Snowshoe Mountain, a snowy Snowshoe Mountain. And, it's been amazing. Really, we've had, after a week of milder than normal temperatures that were not allowing snowmaking opportunities for the ski areas just prior to Christmas and through the Christmas to New Year's break. I was up at Snowshoe during that time, and the only snow we saw was a little bit on Tuesday evening, and then as we were packing up and leaving to head away from the mountain on Wednesday, January 1st, Wednesday morning, where literally was dumping 3 to 4 inches of natural snowfall there at Snowshoe Mountain. But I'm showing you, I'm doing this video, I'm showing you right now that the conditions across every ski area of the Southeastern Mid-Atlantic are in primo condition this morning. The temperature has just turned Arctic, to say the least. Snowmaking crews are in full bore across the entire region, making tons of snow and laying down a strong base. And it looks like the cold temperatures are here to stay. Brad Panovich provided a great skiers forecast video that's on the front page of Ski Southeast. If you go visit skisoutheast.com, you'll see that. But there's a lot going on in terms of very, very cold air, maybe some icy conditions, which we never like to see. We want to stay away from that 3-letter ice word, but may get some ice this evening, maybe into the morning hours over across the next couple of mornings. Unfortunately, could make for some bad driving conditions, but stay tuned to local weather alerts, stay tuned to those types of things. But we just have great things to report in terms of just fabulous conditions. The snowmaking crews, the grooming crews have been out in force and doing a great job. The reason for this particular video, I thought I would just update you guys. I've been getting some emails talking about the winter so far. And as you know, a lot of early prognosticators said, look for less snow than normal, look for milder conditions, milder temperatures than normal, and that we probably would not see an abundance of snowfall. And, there were reports of definite volatility that we would see into December and January, but really we've only seen that one short period of, we'll call it underdeveloped snow in the form of light rain. Didn't really mess up our trip to Snowshoe. We had a ball. The conditions were really quite great. It would have only taken another couple of days of those, subpar weather conditions for things to start becoming a little bit sketchy, but it didn't happen. The timing of this new cold air coming in and the snowfall coming in has really done great things across the whole entire region. The reason for this particular video is I'm going to share with you current and seasonal snowfall totals. This is natural snowfall totals across the region. Be sure to check the Ski Southeast Snow Report if you're looking for details in terms of base steps and slope openings and trail openings. Be sure to watch or go to Jen Sherman's First Tracks news report this morning, where she will report that sort of thing. But I thought I would just update you on snowfall totals because they're pretty impressive, with a couple of lone exceptions. But I'm going to start with here at Snowshoe Mountain because they are leading the pack on the season. 10 inches of snow has fallen over the last 24 to 36 hours here at Snowshoe. Again, live shot showing at the base, and this is at the Skidder Slope just outside of Highland House. And things are kind of, as you can tell, they're very bright and almost whiteout conditions. This camera should pan around here in a second, so I'm going to hold it here. But Snowshoe, with 10 inches of additional snowfall over the last 24 to 36 hours, is now up to 78 inches of natural snowfall on the season. And bear in mind, that's just November and December, only now 3 days going 4 days into the season 2024-2025 ski and snowboarding season. But pretty impressive to say the least. And as you can tell, getting a fair amount of snowfall. Look at this drift. This is right outside of Highland House. But look at this drift. Pretty amazing. So Expedition Station, Highland House, that whole area, you can tell they're just right now, just kind of like whiteout conditions. I'm going to take you next over to Canaan Valley, also in West Virginia, also, as you can tell, receiving snowfall right now. Here's an interesting little side bit. They've had 66.5 inches of natural snowfall so far on the season. 23.4 inches of that came in the month of November. 24.1 inches of that came in the month of December. And that leaves a whopping 19 inches of snowfall that they've had in just the last 3 days, counting this morning 4 days into the month. So 19 inches of snow. You can just only imagine what the conditions are like around the area. Now there's been some wind blown, as you can tell, some wind blown areas there where the snow has kind of caused the low ground cover there in some areas, but they have a whopping, again, 66.5 inches of snow. Here's a shot from the mid station looking down. Great conditions there across the board. I would love to be skiing on those slopes this morning. That would be fabulous, would it not? Here's a shot looking out over more of the valley area, and you can tell it's still snowing, coming down quite hard. They're going to be picking up additional snowfall here over the next 24 to 48 hours. And again, be sure to stay tuned to the ski conditions or snow report that we post each and every morning, usually by about 9:30. I will be doing the first tracks and snow reporting on Sunday, and I'll bring you up to speed with additional snowfall, like I said, as we speak, falling right now across, especially into West Virginia, into those mountains. So great conditions at Canaan Valley, great conditions at Snowshoe. Take you now over to Timberline Mountain, where again they're going to match Canaan's numbers, 66.5 inches. They're reporting 8 inches of natural snowfall over the last 24 hours. And again, I just mentioned it, 19 inches so far in the month of January, which is only 3.5 days into it. And you can see good conditions, pretty good, crowd. That lift line is not a long line. That lift moves people through pretty quickly. So great conditions here at Timberline and a good time to enjoy it. This is looking from the top of the mountain, the summit of Timberline Mountain, looking down. Right now you can't see. This would be where the lodge area is down here. This camera will pan back up in a moment and look at the top, but we'll hold it here. And as you can tell, again, pretty strong, moderate to heavy snowfall going on even as we speak. So there'll be more snow to add to those totals of 66.5 inches on the season. Again, looking great with 23, 24, 20 inches so far over the first 3 months of the season. So that bodes well, obviously, for super ski conditions. Camera doesn't seem to be moving, so I'm going to move on. Winterplace Resort, good crowd there. This is at the resort center, and Winterplace has reported 4 inches of natural snowfall over the last 24 hours. As we were driving back from Snowshoe, coming through obviously portions of Lake Lewisburg, as you drive back down over, the kick over to 77 and head down, there was a good 4 inches of snowfall there at Winterplace a few days ago as well. So Winterplace, 4 inches over the last 24 hours, certainly have picked up additional snowfall totals to that over the previous few days, and they are now reporting 17 inches of snowfall on the season. That's quite a lot for this time of the year already at Winterplace Resort there in Gent, West Virginia. This is a live shot at their snow tubing hill, a phenomenal snow tubing park at Winterplace Resort. If you haven't tried it, you've got to. It's an awesome snow tubing hill, great for the entire family, good for kids of all ages, that's for sure. I'm going to go ahead and come down into the Virginia mountains, and this is an interesting scenario, and we've seen it a good bit over the last few years, where for any number of reasons The mountains and the ridges kind of tend to wring out every bit of moisture in any of these approaching snowstorms that are coming, west to east. And it seems like, West Virginia and North Carolina, some of the higher elevations, tend to wring out and get all the moisture out of any of these systems, thereby leaving not a lot of natural snowfall for the state of Virginia ski areas, which include Wintergreen, Homestead, Omni Homestead, Massanutten, and Bryce Resort as well. So far in this last 2-3 days snow total or snow storms, they've really only gotten the dust of really what they're not even measuring measurable snowfall totals over the last 24 hours. All 4 ski areas in Virginia, Bryce, Massanutten, Homestead, and Wintergreen, are all reporting no new natural snow over the last 24 hours. And what's incredible is that the most snowfall being reported on the season so far in the state of Virginia is Wintergreen with 3 inches. Both Massanutten and Omni Homestead have picked up between 1 and 2 inches, and ditto that for Bryce Resort, which you're looking right now at Bryce. I'll skip over now to Homestead, and you can see they are massively laying down snow now. They got their lift fixed, and they're ready for prime time, and they should be opening literally, they could open as early as tomorrow. So we'll pay attention to that and watch and report it as well. So that's at Omni Homestead Resort. Here at Massanutten, good crowd. It's not a massive crowd by any stretch, but the conditions look great. You can see good views there. Lots of snowmaking going on, and conditions will continue to improve. Even though they're pretty fabulous right now, conditions will continue to improve. We're going to go ahead and show you their beautiful summit camera, making snow at the top of the mountain as well. Great long-range views, lots of snowfall and lots of snowmaking, as we said. And then the Massanutten Resort tubing area, there we go, you can see that now. Also an amazing tubing hill. How many lanes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like maybe 12 lanes of snow tubing there at Wintergreen Resort. So conditions look pretty fabulous there. I'm sorry, that's Massanutten. My apologies. Let's go ahead and go on over to Wintergreen and show you a shot from the express camera. Fairly strong line down at the bottom here. That's a little unusual. Probably had a little bit of a stoppage for some people falling, and that's backed things up. It shouldn't be an overly crowded weekend, but sometimes you'll see that, as all you guys know. But that's a shot there at the Blue Ridge Express cam. Let's take you to the top. This is the top of Skyline camera, and it looks like they have turned off all of the snowmaking equipment, although it's plenty cold enough to be making snow. They're probably pretty comfortable with what they've got, and they'll be making snow again this evening. But that's a great shot at Wintergreen Resort. And then this is Slopeside. And there we go. And you should come around and show us a nice shot of the snow tubing hill at Wintergreen, which I just mislabeled Massanutten's a moment ago. This is Wintergreen's. Massanutten was looking like they had 10 or 12 lanes open, and here at Wintergreen does look like they've got maybe 8 or 9 open as well. So things look really great there in the Virginia ski mountains, even though they haven't had the abundance of natural snow, that we've seen at some of the other ski areas. Take you now over to Gatlinburg, Ober Mountain in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, where you can sometimes see a nice little shot over this way of the tubing hill. But at any rate, Tennessee and Ober has picked up 8 inches of natural snowfall on the season so far. They are also reporting no new natural snow over the last 24 or 48 hours. They are making snow, as you can tell here. But again, as far as this particular video is reporting natural snowfall, state of Tennessee there at Ober Mountain in Gatlinburg is showing 8 inches on the season. No new snow over the last 24 hours or so. Now I'm going to kind of take you up, skip back up to show you Deep Creek Lake in Maryland. Beautiful snowy shot there at Deep Creek Lake. This is at the foot of Wisp Resort. and I can tell you that they have picked up 5 inches over the last 24 hours, and it does look like even here on the railings, they've already picked up some additional snowfall. Now you can see that a little bit better. But they are 5 inches of natural snow in the last 24 hours, and they are now reporting 37 inches on the season. Let me show you a nice shot, show you how hard the snow is blowing, and the mountains being kind of snow globed with snowmaking equipment as well. This is at the mountain park. It's almost whiteout, almost absolute whiteout blizzard conditions. If you look really close here, you can see how heavy the snow is falling right now. See if this gives you another shot. Not really. It's just so, the snow is snowing so hard it's almost whiteout conditions at Wisp Resort. But again, they're at 37 inches on the season. There you go. You can kind of tell down here just how hard it is snowing. But anyway, 37 inches on the season, 5 inches being reported over the last 24 hours. Now I'm going to take you to our home base here in the North Carolina mountains, where we'll first go to Appalachian Ski Mountain. They picked up and have reported 3 inches of new snowfall over the last 24 hours, 13.5 inches on the season. That's a little subpar, but you know, just goes to show you. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Look at Snowshoe Mountain, you know, 78 inches already on the season in West Virginia, and then you know, you're coming down into some of the North Carolina ski mountains and seeing, you know, definitely snowy conditions, but 13.5 on the season. But you know, they look great. Lots of good snowmaking. You can see bluebird, blue skies now as the sun's broke out. It was snowing this morning, and we had some pretty heavy snow yesterday. I will tell you, Beach is only reporting 4 inches of natural snowfall, but it probably snowed, you know, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow yesterday. But it would snow, the sun would come out, melt it off, it'd snow again. We'd have hard snow showers, and same thing kind of back to back to back. So that was going on a fair amount yesterday. I'll take you now over to Beach Mountain, where I've already stated they reported 4 inches of natural snowfall over the last 24 hours and 26 inches on the season to date. So that's a little subpar. You know, they usually look at 78 to 80 inches on the season. You'd think they'd have a little bit more than that by now, but you know, we've still got all of January, February, and really March to see that pick back up. So, you know, we'll keep our fingers crossed, and everybody think cold and think snow. By the way, this camera is being replaced. I heard from Talia Freeman yesterday, and we're going to be putting a brand spanking new 4K pan, tilt, and zoom camera here at the base of the mountain, which will rival the look that typically comes from the top. This is a 4K camera at the top of Beach Mountain Resort Summit. We can see a pretty good crowd, lots of snowmaking going on, and you can see a fair amount of snow down in the valley below. This is at the top of Shawnee Hall. As this camera pans around in a minute, you'll get to see that. But again, Beach with 26 inches of snow in the season, and see a lot of snow out in the distance down in the valley as well. So great conditions across the board, lots of snowmaking, lots of trails open. Looks like great fun for your Saturday. Let's go ahead and see if we got a shot here from the sledding hill. Oh wow, looks like we're going to get a great shot. Lots of good snowmaking going on at the town of Beach Mountain. That's the sledding hill. As you can tell here, the profile of the ski area. This is Beach Mountain Parkway down below. Now we're getting a close-up, but look at all that snowmaking. Lots of great snowmaking. So pretty fabulous conditions there. Let's go next to Cataloochee, where we'll see additional blue skies. Good crowd. They've turned the snowmaking equipment off, but they were blasting it this morning. We saw over on a Facebook feed where they were making a ton of snow, and the shot was coming from up at the Hemp Hill overlooking Cataloochee. The views from there are beautiful. In fact, let me see if I can show you a shot of that. Even with all the snowmaking guns off, look at the profile and the views and everything. It just looks absolutely great. Cataloochee reported 1 inch of new natural snow that fell over the last 24 hours, taking them up to 12.2 inches of natural snowfall on the season. Again, that's a live shot looking down upper Oh My Gosh and upper Snowbird at Cataloochee ski area. So great conditions there. We'll go next to Sugar Mountain, where looks like the camera's frozen up at the Sugar Ski and Country Club camera. We'll see if it pans around and gives us anything. Sometimes we'll catch some of the snowmaking off of that, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. Let me take you down to the base of Sugar, where we should get a shot. And boy, did we. A lot of blue skies. Apologize for the quality of this camera. This is a camera owned and managed by Sugar Mountain themselves. But you can definitely see the crowds at the bottom of the mountain. Looks like that's probably a good 20-25 minute lift line, maybe a little bit longer depending, but conditions are right there. Sugar reported 2 inches of natural snowfall over the last 36 hours and 23 inches on the season. So that takes you top to bottom for all the ski areas in our coverage area for the Southeastern Mid-Atlantic. I've got a couple of other shots that I can show you that I know everybody kind of likes to see. I've been hearing about it a lot on a lot of the news channels where we're seeing lots of shares by the television meteorologist. Here's a live shot of downtown Waynesville, North Carolina. Doesn't look like they picked up any snowfall over that way. This is a downtown shot of Lees-McRae College in Banner Elk, where obviously we're already reporting 3 to 4 inches of natural snowfall in the last 24 hours. And again, roughly about 23 to 26 inches on the season. This is the campus of Lees-McRae College in Banner Elk, North Carolina. So beautiful there. Show you a nice shot of Beech Mountain Buckeye Lake. This is at the recreational area. If you go just past the entrance to Ski Beach on Beech Mountain Parkway, you'll see that. So it's always a nice shot there at Buckeye Lake. And then Beech Mountain Parkway, we saw this featured on a lot of television stations over the last 24 hours. A lot of shares. Thank you. If you're with the television media watching this, thank you for your shares. We always appreciate that. And the mentions of resortcams.com, which is where you're seeing all of these live shots. All you have to do is you can go yourself to resortcams.com, and even though you might not quite have the flexibility to click around quite like I am, but you can go and look individually at every single one of these live streams. They're all available at resortcams.com. This is from the Beech Mountain Parkway camera at Beech Mountain Chalet Rentals on Beech Mountain Parkway on Beech Mountain, North Carolina. So pretty fabulous there. Show you a couple of shots. This is the Appalachian State down in Boone, where Boone picked up 2 or 3 inches of snowfall as well. Same thing. This is from the campus of CCC Tech on the Watauga campus in Boone. This should look back in a moment if it might keep it here a second. Show you the profile of Grandfather Mountain in the distance. There it is. If you look closely, you can tell forehead, eyebrows, nose, chin. That's Grandfather. But anyway, snowy conditions down that way. And then we'll give you a shot of beautiful downtown Blowing Rock, where Appalachian reported 3 inches of natural snowfall. Looks like they might have had 1 to 3 inches there, although the sun is out, so we're getting some melting already. But this is downtown Blowing Rock. It's going to now pan around to some gorgeous holiday lights and things like that. If you come here later in the afternoon, all of these wreaths and lights that you see in lampposts are all lit up like a Currier and Ives postcard. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And then the last shot we'll give you real quick will be King Street in Boone, where we're kind of looking back into the sun, so we're not getting the best of shots there. But all in all, I just wanted to show you from Wisp Resort up in Maryland down through Snowshoe, Canaan, Timberline, Winterplace, all of the ski areas in the state of Virginia, Bryce, Massanutten, Homestead, Wintergreen, of course Tennessee, Ober, Gatlinburg, Over Mountain, all looking in fabulous and great conditions, as are the North Carolina ski areas of Appalachian Beach, Cataloochee, and Sugar Mountain, all in great condition. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour. Be sure to check back over to resortcams.com anytime to be able to see all of the live cameras, and also go to skisoutheast.com to check out our first tracks. Oh, and I will tell you guys, I hope you will take a look. If you go to skisoutheast.com, it's going to prompt you for a notification of the annual Ski Southeast Snowshoe Summit that's going to be held February the 28th through March the 1st. I've been getting a fair amount of signups here the last couple of days. I hope you'll come and join us. It's a great way of meeting fellow snow lovers, skiing and snowboarding enthusiasts, our team, and be able to go and ski. And we'll have a lot of swag, a lot of giveaways, probably some hoodies and beanies and ball caps and things like that. I hope you'll join us. It gives you 15% discounts on lodging. You get great discounts on lift passes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will be doing first tracks where anybody that's there with us for the Ski Southeast Summit weekend will be able to meet up on Sunday morning, probably over at the top of Soaring Eagle, and do first tracks with nobody else on the mountain, which is always a great time to just be able to ski right down to the lifts without what you're seeing right here. So I hope you'll join us. That's February the 28th through March the 1st at Snowshoe Mountain. 15% off of all your lodging, considerable discounts on lift tickets. So be sure to join us for the Ski Southeast Snowshoe Summit coming up again the February 28th through March the 1st. So hope you'll join us for that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do check back again tomorrow for more, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Continue to think cold and think snow.